Hey guys, I'm going to show you the pop-up modal and the exit modal. And the best way to show you is to actually show you a working model. So let's do the pop-up modal. If I were to go to a website, okay, and I were to hit one of the most complex ones that we have running, okay, that way you can see all the pieces involved in it. Okay, so here it is. And we can play a little with getting the aspect ratio better for the videos, right? It's kind of a little off in this particular thing, and you can set the aspect ratio, I believe, for both the welcome model, the modal, M-O-D-A-L. Yeah, see, pop-up width. So we just got to play with it a bit to get it the way we want. Anyway, here's what makes this what it is. It has a title, and then there would be, and the title would probably be based on the page title for instant recall. So if you have a bunch of pages on your website, and people land on any one of those pages, okay, not just your main page, but whichever other one, then you want them to recognize that they're in the right place. Whatever they searched and clicked on in Google is basically the wording here. So then if the page loads and then this thing pops up, you want that to be the same kind of wording, right? And it is in this case. It's the page title as opposed to a custom title, which I could put if I wanted, which would just be the same on every single page. The title would be like, stop what you're doing and watch the video below, right? Okay, so there's that. Now there could be a description below that, sort of a sentence or something like that. I'll just show you that example real quick too. All right, so totally different one. There we go. So now we have our thing that probably is based on the page title. Okay, but then we have this, okay? So there's some kind of a description that we put below the title. And then in this case, we have two things that somebody can do. Watch a video, fill out a form, and the form's got two parts, all right? So the form says, if you enter this info, you can continue to that, you can put your stuff in there, and you can submit it. Okay, cool, right? And again, with the aspect ratio, we're probably gonna also set like a rule for the height. But anyway, there could also be at the very bottom of this thing some kind of a submit now button. It's not as usual as we would have thought, and so we are often turning it off. So anyway, when this loads, you're seeing a video that is on this first tab, right? First tab's a little dark because that's what we're on. If I click another different button, because again, we're trying to streamline here. We're trying to say, yep, we know what you're looking for. And so surely you're looking for one of these things right now, right? We're trying to get the guy to focus on the idea that we're streamlining for them, okay? So anyway, that's going to be interesting to them. Or this one, card printers, information about it. We can title these however we want. And the rest of these actually leave the website. They're links that go to different pages of a different website, right? If I click it, that goes to the consultation page of that website. Oh, there's something the matter with that guy's site. I remember about that. There's, a different page here. If they want to, yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is an old thing, but whatever the case is, that's the idea, is that we can put videos, we can put redirect links. We could have a video that's for submit or continue or go here or whatever it is. These could all be videos. We could have a description in here underneath the title that's either reflecting the page that we're on, or it's a custom title like, hey, drop everything and watch the video below, right? Okay. How do we make something that complex? Here's how. We are going to go to the dashboard and look at this guy's pop-up modal, because then that way you can recognize it. First, we're going to enable it, right? That is how it shows up when the page gets loaded. The page gets loaded, there's a slight delay, and then boom, it appears. Okay. Now, the button status is disabled. If I were to enable it, that's the button that would show up down below. Timer. I really haven't figured out if we understand what we're doing with this timer yet. I can try this real quick just to see what it does. Oh, it wants me to put a description in here. The best plastic cards for for the best prices. Watch the video. Watch the short video below. All right, so let me just try it. Okay, it got added, right? Yeah, turn it off. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, it's not popping up. That has something to do with that timer being enabled or disabled, and I really don't understand what's there. So, let me disable that timer. There might be a setting somewhere else, like 30 seconds or 60 or something, and I just don't know. Okay, now we see that we have this, right? That showed up down below. The best plastic cards for the best prices. Watch the short video below. And then there is a submit button, whatever down here. Except that this button right here just needs some styling, right? I mean, it needs to be made larger and so on. Whoops, I think that the controls for the button are up here, right? Button link, oh, there was no button text put in there, right? Visit our site, whatever we want to say, right? Browse the selection, right? And then that would be what we're finding here, right? Selection to browse .html or whatever. Oh my gosh. So I think you get the idea, right? I'm just playing with it right now. Okay. All right, so you see how cool it looks? And so yeah, we can give someone something to do, and there it is, the links, the one I put in there, right? So how do these work? Let's take a look. Okay, the first one, it's got a title, plastic cards. That's this title right here, plastic cards, the first one. What happens on that tab? First, which pages do we want it to show up on? I'll put this in a notepad real quick and blow this up so it's easier for you to see. Okay? All right. And so all it's saying is all the main pages on this site, the pages that really matter on this site. We want this video to show up on like plastic gift cards. So it'll be there too. Okay? There we go. And take a look. It is following the page title. Why fully customizable key combo cards are a distinct present in Seattle, Washington. Okay? You see that? And that's because it's here. That was the page. Okay? So keep in mind that you've got your list of pages on the site. If I were to go to content, I've got the index, comma. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong thing. Okay. Yeah. Index, comma, our service offers, comma, custom gift cards, comma, reward cards, comma. And that's exactly what we have here. Index, comma, our service offers, comma, custom gift cards, comma. We don't need the .html, okay? No need for the .html. It's just redundant. It takes too long to type it in for no reason at all. Okay, so let me come back to that pop-up modal. We don't need the button enabled, do we? It doesn't make sense at the bottom, does it? Unless you want it there. But, okay. Is this active on all the main pages? Yeah. Is it also active on the sitemap pages going down, like the subdomains? It's up to me. Okay, so see how this is up to me? That's cool, isn't it? So you can go and check it out and see what's going on. Now, page title or custom title? You know, if it's a custom title, put your title here. If it's a page title, then put exactly what you see here. And I don't know why, but that's how we wound up doing it. And it may not matter anymore. That may have been disconnected. Maybe that this is just for the custom title now. Button text is whatever the button says, and the button link, and the pop-up width, right, is how wide this thing is supposed to be, okay? Although I'm not sure why that's saying 90, and it doesn't look like 90 to me, so who knows? Anyway, I guess I won't mess with that. Yeah, I'll let you play with that and see what you think. Keep in mind that the size of your web page will affect the way it acts. It's just gonna happen, okay? And then a lot of people don't have certain sizes. Most sizes you don't need to think too much about. Okay. Now what? We're going to do our sections. We added sections and we added a bunch. And that's the point. You get to hit add more every time you want another section. So when you first start out and you wind up on the pop-up modal, it's called the pop-up modal now, and you wind up there, you won't see any of those boxes until you hit the add more button. You'll see the rest of the stuff that we've been covering: status, button status, timer, title, page or custom, active on all pages or sitemaps. What's the title supposed to be? If it's custom, probably. Otherwise, ignore it. Or if you really want to be a stickler, or you find that you're having any kind of issues, put that in. Service and keyword as tokens right away. Okay? Bam, like that. Button text will be whatever you want the button to say if you're going to enable it. And the link is where this goes when you click it. And the pop-up width, play with it. And you'll figure out where you want it. Now here's where you put that description, right? That's where I put the description at the bottom. The best plastic cards for the best prices. Watch the short video below. You put it here. And then you can do your styling. Anything you like for your different styling. The button, the modal itself, the title styling, gradient and color so that you can create this cool gradient effect. Gliding from a lighter color to a darker color, lighter color to a darker color, all that kind of thing. So that's awesome, isn't it? You can get a really cool effect that way. So play with it. It's a lot of fun to play with it. Now, having said that, how do we create these individual? The first two are videos and the rest are direct links, right? How does that look? Well, on our end, we got to hit add more. Wow. And now we can enter things. The title is for the button. Then the pages is all of these things, whichever pages you made on the website that you want the pop-up to appear upon. It doesn't need to be every page, but that's how you would just do it. Index, comma, our service offers, comma, stuff like that. Custom dash gift cards, comma, whatever it is you made for pages. Okay. And that would be like, get, or custom cards, whatever it is you want. Who knows? Plastic cards. Oh boy. Okay. Now where it says enter the code snippet, it's any kind of code can go in here. So if you were going to try to put a live chat box in there or something, you could do it. And then that's a redirection link. And that is, if you click this, it'll go here. Okay. Now, if you don't want it to go there, leave it blank. But you probably want some code in here. You know what a good piece of code is to put in there? That button number 1? The video code. Okay? So I'm going to make sure that this video code gets placed somewhere where you guys can find it easily, because it's important to know this code. You're opening a div tag with class equal to YouTube dash player in double quotes. Then after that, put an attribute, data dash ID equals, and in double quotes, that's your YouTube video ID, whatever it is. And then you're going to close it out. So if you're pasting in video links, all you have to do is figure out the YouTube video ID of each video. Okay? Once you get one in here, you copy it and paste it for the next ones down for any other videos, and just change the video ID for each different video that you want. Okay? So add more, right? And then I would just start by copying this up here, pasting it down there, finding out what my other YouTube video ideas from YouTube, putting it right here, and pasting that instead, right? And then there you go. That's going to be my second one, okay? And I'll give it the title and what pages I want it to appear on. Isn't that neat how each of these can appear on whichever pages? So if for some reason you didn't want some of these buttons to appear on certain pages, then they'll disappear on those pages. How's that for cool? So you can be really specific about which videos you want to show on which pages. Maybe you only want to show the plastic cards on the plastic cards pages and the card printers on the card printer page. And you don't want them both ever to show up on the same page. Neat, huh? And so then what did we do for the rest of them? Just the opposite, right? After the first two, we did the opposite. We give it the title and we give it all the pages, but the code snippet is just a dash, literally like that, just a dash saying ignore it. There's nothing here. And then we just put in the link where we want someone to go. And then the next one, a title, what pages we want it to show up on. No code snippet here, so just put a minus, a dash, and then just put the link where you want it to go. Isn't that neat? There's no point in having both. It's not like you can put a code for an image, because if somebody clicks it, it won't stick around. You'll never see the image. It just goes straight to the web page. Does that make sense? In a different tab. Okay, I think all this has got to be clear, right? So now you know how the pop-up modal works. And guess what? This is so much like the exit modal. The exit modal is meant to be a little more simple, you know, but that's it, right? There we go. So module setting, exit pop-up. How does that work, by the way? It works the way you think. If somebody's on the page and their interest is waning and they're about to go, then they're going to reach with their mouse off the active window, like up here. As soon as their mouse leaves the active window and it gets up here in the address bar, or the back button or whatever, as soon as it does, a pop-up box appears. That's the exit module. That's your, wait, give us one last chance. Here's our best offer for you now kind of thing, right? Where like, wait, you can start at a drop. You can start down here and then work your way up, you know, or whatever it is, whatever makes the most sense. Or, hey, get a free shipment now, you know, something to catch the guy's attention. Or, hey, sign up for 10% off the coupon. And you've got your code snippet for your newsletter. Enter name and email here to get 10% off instantly on your next order. Check your email for the coupon. So, again, status enable disable, button status enable disable, what pages, or what's the page title or custom title. It's probably going to be a custom title for the exit module, because it's you trying to say, stop! You're not doing the page title anymore. The guy already came to the page, already looked around, forgot about what the page title was, already figured out other stuff. Now he's getting ready to leave, and that's when you want to catch his attention. So probably it's a custom title. Active on the sitemaps or not? Yeah, probably. And then what? Your title, button text, button link, pop-up width, right? And your title is your whole, wait, don't leave yet. You know, get 10% off your next order when you sign up below, or whatever it is. Your description is that, so here's your title, wait, don't leave yet. And then get 10% off your next order, shipment, or whatever it is. Or sign up here to get your coupon code. And we are going to put something in there. And that's going to be some tab saying join now, you know, subscribe. How's that? And then there is where you're going to paste in the web form for somebody to subscribe to your newsletter, because it's a code snippet. You can paste in anything. You can paste in a YouTube video, sign up to our newsletter. You can put in PayPal payment code for somebody to actually make a payment right now, right here for that thing that you want. So because it's code snippet, just put any kind of code in here. You know, you can say buy it now at 25% off, you know, buy this second, this minute only, right? For 25% off, right? And that would be where you put your code in there for the cheaper buy, right? So you can do that. Do you want to add another option? You could. So your first one would be like, see the video, and your second one would be like, buy it now. Or the first one would be like, join our newsletter to get the discount, or buy it now. You know, you can do anything like that. Trash what you're not going to use. And then you can save it, put your stylings in there, and you'll make it really, really hot. And that'll be your exit pop-up, okay? What I've been finding is that people get bothered by the pop-ups when they visit the website sometimes. Not always. Sometimes it just looks like it came too soon and landed in the way. I mean, if you're going to the site and you land and you're starting to think about what you see, and then all of a sudden this thing takes over, either it's giving you the right idea or the wrong one. Sometimes it's hard to say, right? You just can't really tell. But what I found was, maybe don't use this as a pop-up module in the beginning. Maybe don't set up a pop-up module. Maybe let them do all the stuff that they're going to do. Let them get some distance in. Let them figure stuff out without you forcing them to rethink what they're staring at. We don't have to do it here. There doesn't have to be a pop-up module all of a sudden taking over the page. We can close it out. But you know what? We'll want... I can't look at that guy's face, Bill. Okay. Boom. There it is, right? Maybe instead of all that, use an exit module. If I'm on any of those pages and I reach up here, the exit module can appear. Last chance, da-da-da-da-da. Best offer, da-da-da-da-da, right? That might be the better way to go. Might be the better way to go. Anyway, you have the options. I mean, you can test, you can watch people, you can see how people act. You can see what's going on. How's that sound? That's pretty cool, isn't it? So there you go. There are your pop-up modules, your welcome module and your exit module. Action module is totally different. It's for actions going down the pages. If you hit a link and you want something to pop up going, I'm glad you clicked this link. It means this, and if you want, you can get this now for this much money or whatever. You know, action modules are things you build in to create excitement going down the page. That's the idea. All right.